Welcome everybody to another Neil's Comedy Special Hour. No, I'm just kidding. This is, in fact, the Oklahoma Archery Podcast. We've got Ryan Thomason back in the house with us. We want to break some very special news to you all. Ryan, welcome back for your second podcast appearance. Don't get a lot of return customers, so appreciate you.
Third, actually. I think this is my third appearance on.
Is it?
I think so. Yeah, Oklahoma Archery Podcast.
Well, there you go, man.
Yeah,
for punishment.
Yeah.
Well, Ryan's coming off the ASA season, and before everybody puts your target bows away and gets ready for deer season, we want to talk about what's going on this fall, and we want to give Ryan a chance to be the first one to tell you about what he's got cooking up down in the southern part of Oklahoma.
Yeah, so I've had a lot of questions about what's going on in Ardmore, and a lot of people thinking that we are quitting and that the G2 Outdoor Shooting Academy is going to be no more. So I'm here to officially announce that that is true. The G2 Outdoor Shooting Academy is no more, but the people remain, and we are rebranding. And I am going. I had a partner, and super good dude, great terms. It's just we went separate ways. I'm going on my own. So my wife and I have started my own bow shop, and it's called the Bow Shack. And it will be located in Dickson, Oklahoma. So in my old location, downtown Ardmore, I'll have a location out in Dickson, right across the street, right in the middle of Dickson, right next to my wife's boutique and coffee shop. But on top of that, the academy is not going away either. It will be called the Oklahoma Shooting Academy. So we'll have the Bow Shack. The Bow Shack is our shop. And then I will have the Oklahoma Shooting Academy, which will be coming later in the fall. We're scrambling like crazy, getting this thing, trying to get open. I've done this once before with G2. We opened the bow shop it's crazy. We did it in just a couple of months, and it was just, everybody was excited to have something there in the Ardmore area that works on bows. So I wish we would have done this like in April so I could be completely ready to go, but that's just not the case. So my goal is to be open for business 1st of September, second week of September. I think that's realistic. But there's a lot of stuff coming down the pipe. I'm super excited there's just a lot of, it's going to be more than just a bow shop and a shooting academy. I've got a lot of things that's going to happen. But the Lord is blessing it 100%. He's already opening doors I didn't even know needed to be opened, Things are falling into place. Some really cool stories with that. So yeah. So if you are in the area and you need your bow serviced, the Bow Shack will be the place to be. We will be solely a Darton Black Eagle Conquest dealer. I'm only going to sell Dartons. That is what I've been doing for the last year. Randy Kitts, I talked to him today, got to share the news with him. He was super excited with you. If you don't know Randy Kitts, he's the owner of Darton, and shared with him my vision for what I have for the Bow Shack. And his exact words were, wow. So I'm excited to just get everything rolling. I'll have some announcements coming, but our social medias are going to change. So be on the look for the change for our social medias. We're going to offer a lot of really cool stuff. So we're really excited about it.
Man, I am excited. I know that everything you have built up with G2 is going to continue to gain momentum. And man, you just got to look at it like a blessing that you can have a trial run and have a good business partner to help get your feet wet. But every baby bird gets thrown out of the nest eventually. So it is time to spread your wings. And Dickson's not far from Ardmore. In fact, I think the biggest benefit, I don't know if you're going to touch on this or not, but you'll be able to shoot outdoors to some distance there. And that is something very unique that bow shops in Oklahoma don't really have. Everybody's got an indoor range, and you can sit there and pound at 20 yards all you want, but we shoot outdoors. We shoot at distance out to 40, 50, 60 yards. And if you're going to walk back, tune your bow, or if you're going to, play with your rest or test different arrows at distance, 20 yards is not something that is going to be definitive of the work you are trying to do on a bow.
Sure.
So this is going to let you service the archery community in a much more comprehensive way, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be, so I guess you could say the one downfall that I won't have is an indoor range, which we had that at G2. Of course, if you've been through the G2 Outdoor Shooting Academy and had classes with me, then you've known like it was a really cool facility. It's very thankful to have that facility. We will not have that starting out with the Bow Shack. That's definitely in the plans though, to eventually get into something large enough that I can shoot indoors. Because I mean, like I said, I have big plans, but we will be able to shoot outside. How far I can shoot, I don't know exactly how far, but I mean, far enough. So it'll be it'll be good though. So it's something that I'm going to be right next to my wife's business, which, to be honest, is really the driving force of why I'm wanting to change our location, is because I work a day job. I work a 9-to-5 job, or 6:30 to 3. And so I was getting off work, driving, scrambling to get my stuff off work, and then driving into town to service the G2, and wasn't getting home until late at night. I'm not seeing my kids and everything. And I get it, that's business. But what this is going to allow me to do is, when I get off work, I'm literally going to be at my wife's place of business. My business will be directly next to hers. So I will be with my family. And that's, that's worth it. We're all working, but we're together. So that's just going to help relieve some stress and just, on me. And, the location actually is I love it. It's going to be right in the middle of Dickson, Oklahoma, where if you're in Sulphur, Oklahoma, you can drive down the highway. If you're in Madill, you can come over. In Mansville, you can come over. Ardmore, you got to come 10 minutes east to get there. And we're at the intersection of Dickson. And I think it's going to be really good.
You say the intersection of Dickson, like Dickson is anything more than an intersection.
That's what it is. Yeah, 100%. We've got 2 convenience stores. We have a town hall, and then we have a warm welcome boutique, and then we have the Corner Cup coffee shop, and then we're going to have the Bow Shack. So it's going to be really good. And get this, okay? This is the best news. So we're going to be open all day. So Monday through Friday, from the morning to the evening, regular hours. So it's a legitimate shop. So a customer can come in from open to close. You're not having to wait till the evening. There has to be some things line up for that to happen. I think it's going to happen, but it just depends on if a certain person decides to do it or not. So I got somebody in mind that I want to bring in and run the shop while I'm at work. And then I'm hoping that this thing blows up to where, you never know, maybe it could retire me, that I could do it full time. But for right now, I'm going to hire somebody to run it. So
that's the biggest thing, is archery is a family sport, and even the guys running the bow shop need to see their wife and kids. So
yeah,
it's going to free you up to be close to home, and it's also going to give you a little bit more distance and room to grow. Because I love the range at G2. I shot some really great scores there. Had a good tournament down there. But the building has a giant hole inside of it.
So we didn't really go into that, but we got heart shot. So unfortunately, I don't know the exact story, but a lady, I don't know who she is, but she had a medical emergency, and she, I think, came unconscious, and she ran her vehicle through the side of our building. And it was unfortunate. Of course, I think she's okay, and everything's going to get taken care of as far as that. But we just kind of took this opportunity to, I've told you, I've been thinking about this and working towards this for a while, as far as kind of in my mind what I would like to do. And it just it didn't necessarily force our hand. I just think it was just God's way of saying, hey, it's time. So I've really prayed about it. Because I had the choice. It was either walk away, or it was continue to grow what we've built. And I say we, because it's 100% we. I got to start this thing and kind of was the original face behind it, but G2 has grown into a lot of people, and there's a lot of people behind the scenes that have just been pivotal to the success of G2. I don't know if you've walked around, if you were at the Oklahoma State Championship or in the national tournaments. There's blue and red jerseys everywhere from Oklahomas that have been supporting the academy, and I'm very thankful for those people. And we are going to make some changes. I'm starting from scratch. So starting from scratch, everything's going to go back to scratch. And I'm going to be in touch with my team to discuss, what are the next steps moving forward. So it's just I can't get in a hurry with anything. I'm just going to pray about it, take it slow, and see what happens. But man, you talk about our team, like I'm just going to highlight, some of those people. Man, you got Brooklyn Storts, who, if you just talk about the season she judged this year for the first time. Girl hadn't shot a bow in like however many years. She goes down and wins Foley and has another podium finish. I don't remember what it was, but I don't think she won out, but she got third. Did she win? I don't know. She might have podium and shooter of the year, or got second maybe nationally. You got Kyle Anderson, who had a great year. He podiumed in semi-pro down in Foley. Quinn, he's not. So Quinn Rogers I claim him. He's on G2. He didn't get a jersey because, I told people, because there's a lot of people that wanted to be a part of G2. And I was like, hey, I closed the doors on it as far as how many people we had. And I honored that. But like deep down in my heart, he was a part of G2. So I know he's going to be a part of the Shack. And he had a great year. Dude comes out of nowhere, just absolutely just destroying kids. And literally, I get a phone call on the way to the Texas State Championship, and he's like, hey, man, you left home yet? And I'm like, yeah, man, I'm on the road. And he's like, oh, okay. I was like, wow, what's up? He's like, oh, I forgot my quiver that has my binoculars and my release and my arrows and everything. Uh-oh. Hang on a second. Let's see if this will come back on. I just took a picture. Yeah. Give me a second.
So Quinn Rogers went to Texas without his arrows, without his release, without his binos, without his rangefinder, and still managed to not only take home the win, but put a monster score up, had to redial in with some borrowed arrows, borrowed a release, and used his rangefinder for the last time. And as a binocular, then went to Foley and judged an open 40 for the first time ever and ended up second or third?
He got third.
That's
awesome. He got the first time he's ever judged ever. He got third. So I know that you're going to see a lot of cool social media. Josh Jacobson, another guy that's just going to be. I got plans for him as far as his social media presence and just everything that he's doing as far as working through things. So a lot of guys on the team. Carl, you got Carl Shipley. He's got his own bow range now, Bowtown, super cool. Carl's literally, we had host shoots at G2. Dude shows up, walks the range, always willing to, he's always right there. Brad Storts, Brad Storts is going to be pivotal in the Shack. At least I hope he is. Hope he wants to stick around because he's, dude, you can't that kind of experience that comes with Brad and what he brings and just his entire family is just can't put a price on it. And then of course we had our ASA state director, Mr. Neil Cooley, G2ing it up, man. I see his jersey everywhere, doing a great job. So, and there's other guys on our team that I haven't mentioned that, have done a fantastic job. We're very blessed to have the people we have on our team. We are excited for the new journey, and I'm really looking forward to getting after it.
What are you wanting everybody to do with their old G2 jerseys? You want to collect them all and hang them in the rafters, or they hang them up in their own? That'd be a good looking wall right there. Get a big wall.
Make a blanket with them or something. And I hate that, because those people spent hard-earned money on them, and I do appreciate it because that's not something that we bought for our shooters. Our shooters went and spend their own money on that, and that's the last thing. But I have to do. It's one of those things. I had no ownership in that, so now that the Shack is mine and my wife's, and so from this point forward, it's going to be the Bow Shack. So yeah, we're gonna have new jerseys. We're gonna have new colors. We're gonna have a new look, and the Oklahoma Shooting Academy, I think, is just going to be a logo. I think I'm going to go with the Bow Shack jersey. It will be the staple of what we're doing, and there's a lot of reasons for that I can't go into. So exciting news of coming, and I can't wait to talk about. But we haven't launched or done what we're going to do with that yet. So I can't wait to maybe we can do another podcast, and I can take this big announcement. Super excited.
Well, I'm excited for it. Let's go back to something you said. You're going to carry bows, arrows, and stabilizers. Darton, Black Eagle, and Conquest, the three brands that you trust. They're all parent sister companies of one another. Say
Yes.
I'm Bubba Joe Redneck, and I walk into the shop. Do you plan on helping them order different sights and rests to complete that setup?
Absolutely. I'm going to carry tons of accessories. I say tons, that gets expensive. I will carry, my plan is to carry B3, Excel, True Ball, maybe even some Scott products.
Hamsky?
Yes, Hamsky, 100% going to carry Hamsky products. It's going to be a full-blown shop. So I will service, I'll service whatever bow you have. And if it's a bow that needs something, then I will, I've befriended a lot of shops in Oklahoma, Choctaw, Okie Land, just all the people that are across that have these, businesses that if I don't, if we don't sell those products or we can't work on those products, I mean, I want the guys who are running those things to, I'm going to send them those way because I want people to get taken care of, and those guys do a good job and take care of them. So 100%, if I can't work on your boat, order a part, I'll make sure those customers get taken care of. But for the most part, we're going to do string installs. We're going to do a lot of that. Just what we've always done. So yeah, awesome. I'm also going to carry some broadheads. Be carrying the Beast broadhead. So I'm going to carry Beast to start off. Trying to stay away from big box brands of things, just because, I mean, you can go anywhere and buy those, but I'm trying to gear towards things that you can't really get in a store. So I'm going to offer that kind of stuff. We'll have some Targets, things like that. But for the most part, we're just going to get the doors open, man. We're just going to try and get the doors open to, cut arrows for people. I mean, just around here, there's nobody that cuts arrows. So just cutting arrows for these hunters, get them out the door. And then like the plans I have will come. So.
Yeah, I think that is such a solid business plan, because archery is such a hard industry to stay open in, and you see people blow a lot of money on a building and a ton of inventory, and they get in over their head, and it's like, man, they're so desperate just to stay relevant, to stay afloat, that you built a following of people.
Yeah.
And the people showing up, like, archery shops need a good hang around. And the only downside to the previous building was you can shoot 20 yards and that's, you're capped there. Right. If weather's permitting, you're going to have like a back deck and be able to shoot off of it, shoot at some distance, and
it's going to be sweet.
Really work on their game, not just for customers, but for the people that are just wanting to hang out on a Wednesday night.
It'll be it's so the backyard we're going to be right next to a Warm Welcome, which is my wife's boutique and coffee shop. And the backyard of that place, I mean, from what I understand, like, I have to get in there and do some cleaning, but we should be able to shoot close to 50 yards or farther. I'm going to have 3D targets back there. So I'll be building a back deck off the back of our building. People will be able to step out, and I'll be able to offer lessons, and a person will be able to test things and shoot things like that. So it's going to be really cool, man. It's going to be unique. It'll be different, especially with what we have coming. It's going to be a very unique experience for the customer. So I'm excited about it, man.
The vibe, man. The hangout.
Yeah, it will be, man. And when you see it, you'll understand. Like, I've got big plans. It'll be really cool. So it's one of those things, though. I got it after the season that I had this year. I got something to keep my mind right. So,
dude, I was going to say the ASA season is not just taxing physically, but mentally as well. And getting off of it is like, take a deep breath, sit down, let it just wash over you. And, you're thankful for getting to go compete. You're thankful for the opportunity and the experiences, but sometimes you need a little bit of mental reset, and your ASA state director is just not giving you a break, because we've got an indoor planned Woodward, August 23rd and 4th. We hope everybody comes out to an indoor 3D to beat the heat. That's a new thing this year. It's at a Hunting Outdoors Expo. But right after that, we're rolling out a fall schedule. We're going to have 4 qualifiers in September, one every weekend. So you can bring your target rig out, or if you want to shoot around with your hunting rig, leave the broadheads at home, fill points only. But we're not getting a break. But mentally, it's like, man, I just went to 5 pro-ams and 3 or 4 state championships and a whole bunch of qualifiers. Like what? When am I
Yeah,
supposed to get?
I think it's a really unique idea because you got a lot of those guys out there that are sad that it's over. They might not be a big deer hunter and they're sad that the season's over, and this is going to give them an opportunity to jump back in the mix and go do what they love to do. That's last year, one of the biggest things that I made a decision last year. I was like, you know what, I've got to beat the top guys. I'm going to have to do something different. So I made some life changes. I made some practice changes, and I would like to say that it was very successful in the new habits that I've learned, and my eating habits, how they changed. But I would like to say, I wish I could say that my season would have gone better as a competitor. I had some bright spots, but I'm definitely just going to roll this in for 2026 and continue to do what I did in 2020, fall of 2024 for this season.
I know you have very big goals. Like we're not talking about Ryan going to the pro-am and cracking the top 10 or making the shoot off. You're going to win. You're going to beat Dan McCarthy and Levi Morgan.
Yeah, 100%. I got a taste of it last year. I made the shoot down at London and I made a podium, and I got to stand next to those guys, and I got to shoot a 14 on my final arrow to take a podium spot, and just getting just a small taste of what that was like. More than anything, it just showed me that I can do it. And it's one of those things that we're like, there's so much stuff that has to go right for you to put 2 good days together. And this year, like I literally, I literally did not stop practicing last year. I never stopped. I kept my targets up. I practiced. I shot around almost every weekend until I got to November, and then it was every other weekend. But I continued to shoot my bow. I mean, I have no excuses. I got my sequel 35. I got my sequel 35 well in advance, and I shot that bow all season long. I knew it inside and out, and I shot it really, really well. But I think that I went for a whole new game plan, and it just did not. It kept me in the 10 ring, but I just could not generate the 12s that I needed to be successful in that class. And it worked okay. So right before the classic, coming out of, I had that plan, and I ran that plan in Metropolis. And that's when I decided that this isn't working, because on my 10th 10 in a row, an inch underneath the upper, shooting it all uppers, like I realized like this isn't working. And so I came home, I revisited everything that I know about 3D archery, and I came up with a plan. And I am excited about that for 2026, because it is what I need to do. My 12 count doubled. And I ran it at the Classic, and had a phenomenal day one. I made one mistake, but I literally hit 6 or 7 at one time and finished 9 up. I was right, I was right there. I was 5 points off the cut, and came into day 2 to probably the hardest range we've seen. And I could not have choked any harder. And it wasn't even the fact that I shot my bow wrong. I couldn't judge just everything that I was seeing. I wasn't trusting myself, and even all my triggers. And I mean, I coach all the time and preach, you got to have triggers. You got to have triggers. You got to see this and that. And even my triggers, like I was seeing what it was, and I just didn't believe myself. I don't know, but I was all over the place, up and down, and I had some crazy lefts. And if you shot the B range, it was good. It was really good. They did an excellent job. And man, you can't shoot a 50.5-yard target for 48 yards aiming deep and expect to have a good result. It didn't make it. And I don't even know how to even hit the target. But yeah, it put me out of it. And it was one of those things that I 110% walked away. I'm hungry for next year for what we've got, for as a competitor. But right now my focus is on the Bow Shack, and we're going to get that going, and we're going to get this team rolling for the Bow Shack, and it's going to be good.
I know you're what I call a natural coach. You break it down in a way that is digestible, and you can convey what you're trying to teach your students. And I know you've got big things ahead of you, because I'm seeing what you did with some of your staff. Like you took a guy like Austin Robertson, who had target panic like I've never seen before in my life, and couple classes, run him through the program, and he goes out and wins the Paris Am-Am in the semi-pro class.
Yeah, he's a stud.
You put people in the best position to compete at a high level. You know
Man,
what I mean?
Yeah, I appreciate you saying that, but I can't take credit for that, man. That's them. That's those guys. They had it in them the whole time. All I had to do is just show them what they can do, encourage them more than anything. And dude, that's what I love to do. I love to encourage people. I love to encourage and coach people, because every single person that's a competitor has it deep within them, because that drive to compete is what drives them. And, people that compete are willing to put in the work. They just might not know how to start, or they might not know what to do. And that's what we do here. That's what we do here at the Oklahoma Shooting Academy. Is we're encouragers, and that's what I enjoy doing. But Austin, yeah, I don't even think it was so much target panic, really, honestly, because when I got in his ear, he wasn't that panicked. I just think it was just his process. And that's one of the biggest things. If you've been through my classes, process is everything. So that's one thing that I just help people discover their own process on how to work through really, difficult situations, which is caused by
don't sell
pressure.
yourself short on it, because I know archery is a game of any dog on any day, and you can.
What that did. Sorry.
That's kind of trippy.
Yeah,
that looks like freshman year undergrad right there.
Yeah, that was. I'm using my camera, my DSLR as a webcam, because I don't have a webcam. So
no, it's all good. But archery is a sport of any dog on any day, and you have to mentally be prepared to win. And everybody gets 18, 19 targets in on their best round ever, and that's when the wheels want to fall off. And coaching them up to that ledge and making them believe in themselves enough to execute 20 good shots, or if it's a Vegas round, 30 good shots. Like, that is the difference between average and above average archery scores. So, I mean, and not saying that you didn't have talent to work with. You brought in Easton Gregg. He was already a killer,
Yeah, Easton's another one that Easton was another one I didn't mention a while ago. I mean, the dude could go shoot pro right now. It's just a matter of time whether he figures it out that that's what he needs to do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, I get it. I respect whatever path and however long he wants to take. Because dude, he's just. I call him. He's just a kid. He is just a kid. You know what I mean?
He's 18, 19 years old, man.
Yeah,
he's beating up on me in K45.
Yeah, and he's got a huge future. The dude's an absolute hammer. And all of this, I will say this, though, especially with the Darton, like the guy that we haven't talked about is Mr. Scott Hemlin, who is our rep. If you've worked with us at all at G2 or any of the Darton anything, he is hands down the gas behind everything that we have going on. You got to have right people in place, but the dude, you're not going to find a person that cares about a person's. There is not another rep in this business that cares about an open 40 shooter on how well they do at a local shoot, and will call to check and see how they did. The dude is he's selfless when it comes to, promoting his people. He wants to see his people. Literally, the man shoots professionally, literally has a bow ready for a tournament. 1 week before the tournament, he's down in Mexico. He's in Mexico coaching kids in Mexico, and the kid had some issues with his bow. He just pulls his bow out of the case and hands it to him so this kid can go compete. And it put him completely without a bow. And then borrows a bow and literally goes up. And I want to say it was Foley. He was like leading day one for a little while, and then he panicked. Then he panicked. But I
talked to him on the phone earlier. He said, "Yeah, I'm on my way to an archery lesson." I said, "Oh, you're going to learn how to shoot finally?"
Yeah, man, he's something else, dude. It's just, for all the things that we do, Bow Shack, everything that we do as far as Team Darton in Oklahoma, that guy is, he's what fuels it. And it's cool for me to get to watch this journey, just being the first guy to shoot, and Chad Hilburn came on right after, and we've got some pros that are involved, and it's just, the whole thing just kind of took off this year, and it's just to the people. I mean, like, we have an atmosphere, and we're growing a culture here with the Oklahoma Shooting Academy and the Bow Shack, and it's just going to. I pray the Lord continues to bless it, because we're going to do right by people here. That's one of the biggest thing. We're going to do right, and we're going to stand on integrity, or they're just not going to be a part of it. So it's one of those things, it's just the way that I would really want it to run. And anybody that I know that's been a part of it, that's where they want to run too. So it's really good.
It takes a lot to not cut corners as a shop. It takes a lot, because some people will take the bait and they don't put the effort into people or their bows, and you see it out there. It shows.
Yeah.
And as somebody that personally benefited from your coaching and mentorship all year, I went and pulled my scores from last year. I think I shot competitively 20 or 21 rounds. I think 17 of those were under 200. I think I shot up 4 times last year. And
awesome.
I love to use the excuse that it was, trying to run first year as the state director. I just didn't shoot good. We've spent probably 40 or 50 hours on the phone talking about my bow this year, and I shot some scores that I'm pretty proud of. And I was competitive.
You did a really good job, man. You did a really good job, and like that's one thing that I enjoy doing, is I love to. I mean, if you know me and we're friends, if you're in my inner circle, there's a good chance that we've spent hours talking on the phone and talking through issues and talking through problems, and that's what I love to do, man. That's the thing that drives. I mean, it's one of my passions, is to help people in that situation, and in a position as a professional archer, I get to be a part of that, and I get to, that the professionalism of it sets the stage for me to get to help people, and it's really cool. But it's not, man. The Lord has everything to do with it, but you guys behind the bows, I mean, you got to be coachable, because if you're not coachable, it's not gonna help you. So I do have some cool stuff though coming with the Oklahoma Shooting Academy. I'm gonna have some new classes. I know that's one of the number one thing that I got was, hey, do you offer kids classes? That is coming for that Oklahoma Shooting Academy and the Bow Shack. I don't know exactly when that's going to launch, but we're definitely going to do that. And I'm not going to let that cat out of the bag, but as far as I want to get the kids involved more, give back to the archery, as far as like working with them, it's just one of those crazy beasy, but we have a big team, another guy we didn't talk about, Brad Yules goes down, wins Open 40, and his wife, both of them have national podiums, goes down and, he wins
Foley.
Yeah, goes down and wins Foley. And he wasn't technically a part of G2 last year, but it's kind of like him and Quinn. Having those guys be a part of the team for 2026 is going to be great. I mean, the dude literally carries around a whole bus full of kids. You know what I mean? I mean, it's hard enough to compete at a high level, but then turn around and coach as you're doing it, so cats off to him and his family of what he's going on. He's a darting guy through and through, and, super proud of him this year. So, yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. And I'll say this, and I want to say this, like, just if you don't shoot a darting though, I don't want you to think that I won't help you, or you won't have the opportunity to be a part of the Bow Shack or the Oklahoma Shooting Academy, because that's not a requirement that you shoot our stuff. Like, I'm going to support a shooter where he's at. And unfortunately, since I am starting from scratch, I'm not going to be able to offer a lot, as far as what I can offer a shooter, like what they'd probably get to use. But I mean, I'm hoping just being a part of our culture will be enough to start, because that's really what we're going to have to offer.
It's a mental place. You got to be open to it. But if the talent's there and the bow fits you, like if you're a small statured person and your draw length is 1.5 inches too long, you're going to tell them that. That's a coaching fundamental thing. But it doesn't have to be a dart and bow. A Matthews will shoot, an Elite will shoot, a Hoyt will shoot. If you're, I mean,
hey,
really,
Brad Yules can tell you that I am going to be 100% honest with you, regardless of what I don't tell a person what they want to hear. I will tell a person exactly what I think in their best interest, because, dude, I want everyone to succeed. I really do. And sometimes you just, sometimes, and I say that in good fun for Brad, because he and we've talked hours. We go back and stuff, and he's hard headed.
Once Brad gets your phone number, you are on the hook.
Oh, bro. Yeah, he's good, dude. He's good people, but he will.
I haven't heard from him today. It's 6:50 right now. I haven't heard from him. I'm starting to get a little worried.
Nah, he's probably in some police chase somewhere, chasing down bad guys. So
he's in his car, running radar, and you hear he's scratching off veins off arrows. He's like, I'm gonna touch him when I get home.
Well, there's a lot of people out there that I'm looking forward to having on the team, and that's one thing I want to say is that, and this is, so take it for what this is with a grain of salt. If you currently shot for G2, everything is going to go back to, resubmit a resume if you want to be a part. I'll launch all that later in the fall in a couple of months, but I'm just literally starting from scratch from the beginning, because the Bow Shack and the Oklahoma Shooting Academy is brand new. So
what are some of the requirements? Like what kind of candidates are you looking for?
I'm looking for people of integrity. I'm looking for people that are going to support us as a team. I'm looking for, we have a no drama policy. I don't want drama within the team. I want everything to be an absolute joy, and you are proud to wear the Bow Shack jersey. And I want it to be something that people want to wear. Like, man, I want to be a part of what they've got going on. And I feel like we have that right now with G2. And, or had it with G2, and I want to carry that over to the Bow Shack, because, Scott Hamlin and I were having this conversation. It was just like we've created a culture, and the people have created a culture surrounding us. And I think it's contagious, and people want to be a part of it. And I want to, I want it to support, but I'm not looking just to take anybody, because it's got to be the right people. And I know that, there was a reason why. Every person that has shot for me, there was a reason why in my mind I have them shoot for me. And it's going to be the same way going forward. And I'm going to do official interviews, and stuff like that. And there might be some people that get their feelings hurt. I don't know. It's going to be right. You know what I mean? Because it's about the culture and about the team. And I take it very serious. You know what I mean? Because, it's just the way it's going to be. But I don't want that to sound negative. It's just, I want it to, it's my wife and I's business, and it's something that, I care very much about. And I want our reputation to be, I want it to, when somebody joins our team, they'll know they're joining a high class, first class team, and being a part of a first class facility, part of what we have.
Yeah, that's fair. If you hold yourself to those standards, you should have that for everybody around you. And 100%. Archery is quickly growing, but a small community. Yeah. And bad gas travels fast in a small town. If something stinks, everybody smells it. And it's been something that, like, it's just too small of a community that you hear about stuff going on, and it's like, man, that doesn't do anything for the sport. And I think you guys have a very positive environment that it's just taking people with whatever level of talent they are, no matter where they are in their archery journey. And just you've taken people outside of their comfort zone in an environment that they're like, okay, we're going to move my back bar. Okay, we're going to change my draw length, by God. Yeah. It's going to happen. And you've got that natural kind of coaching instinct to you that's like, it's going to be okay. It's going to be weird. Like Scott Hamlin moved my back bar one day. He's like, you're going to hate this for 10 shots. And after that, you're going to thank me. And I went and shot Indiana and was putting groups at 101 yards that big with this crazy back bar off the side.
What's funny is I moved his back bar. I moved his back bar in my front yard. And the coach's coach, because people might not know this about Scott Hamlin, but dude, he's a very good coach, and he's coached a lot of people. And sometimes, and he's taught me stuff too. I'm not trying to say that any kind of bad way, but he is a brilliant engineer mind. He showed me a lot of things. Tyler Terry, I don't know if you're all familiar with Tyler Terry, Winterhawk Strings, showed me a lot of things. And it's a community, and that's, there's been, there has been a lot of drama throughout all different things and for 2025 archery across the nation. And I just want to say that, I don't want any part of any of that and with my store or with our academy or anything like that, because there's a difference in thinking and knowing. A lot of people think they know what's going on. They don't know they know what's going on. And so I'm one of those things, man. If you've got, if you want to have a conversation with me, hey, come have a conversation with me. I would love to have a conversation with you. And, because there's some things coming down the pipeline that are going to be really cool. And it's going to be something that we don't do, but I don't know how people are going to receive it. I think it's going to be really neat, but it's one of those things. But hey, if you got a problem with it, give me a call. We'll talk about it. And because ultimately, I report to the dude who owns the business, and it's one of those things that he's excited about things we got coming. So excited about it.
Is he still over in Africa right now?
No, he just got back. Yeah, I talked to him this morning.
I was gonna say, he's excited because I think he was over in Africa, probably testing out the new release, the new bow.
Yeah.
Can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh yeah. So the president and owner of the company is taking time off of a African safari with the brand new bow to talk shop with Dickson America over here.
And so I'm going to say this, and I can say this, and then if you were standing around the trailer at the Classic, there was some open talk going on about 2026 Darton, and holy moly, folks, y'all. I mean, holy moly is all I'm going to say. It's going to be awesome. Have no idea. I just know that they have products. They're coming, and they're going to be great. And to be honest, though, dude, the Sequel 35 was so good that I even told Randy, like, man, I don't even know. I mean, it's going to have to be life-altering good for me to get away from the bow I have, because I just plan to keep shooting the same bow I have. It's so good. It's the best platform I've ever shot, and that I'm not being biased. Never have I been able to shoot 68 pounds and shoot 30 grains heavier than, I'm running a PS23 with 150 in the nose. Like, anything I've ever ran at my draw length, at 70 pounds, I could, anything with other brands was the most I could ever run is 120, 130. And I'm literally having to back my bow off of 150 and it hits behind the pin. Like, it's incredible. Those bows they hit it out of the park. And the fact that they're saying that this is going to, be the new version. It's just, I don't know if it's a new version or not, but it's going to be incredible. So I can't wait to see.
They don't depart too far from it, because I've been enjoying my 35 as a hunting bow, and I shot the 37 all year because I'm a full grown man. So I'm going to shoot the longest bow that's offered. But man, everybody shooting the 35 this year is like, you're missing out, dude. You're missing out, dude. You need to try it. And here comes hunting season. And I set it up last night. I shot it past 20 yards for the first time, took a dozen arrows out at 50 yards. And I destroyed more carbon last night just trying to sight this thing in.
Yeah.
That
it's stupid.
Dude, it is an absolute hammer. And as they say in the movies, stay tuned because you ain't seen nothing yet.
It's going to be incredible. You guys, the people are going to absolutely love it. But yeah, I won't go into any detail like that. I plead the fifth. So it's one of those deals. So.
Don't make me lie to you. Ryan won't do it. I will.
Yeah.
It's a habit of being a lawyer, man. I get paid money to tell really good lies to some high up people. Yes, Your Honor. Absolutely. My clients checked into rehab.
Well, I'll say that, we're excited. We're excited to launch the Bow Shack and the Oklahoma Shooting Academy. Very thankful for the people that have helped us get to where we are, helped me to get where I am right now in my career, not only professionally, but business wise. My wife, she's busting her tail with her own business, and she's the brains and the guru, the smarts of our family, 110%. Like, I outkick my coverage of crazy. So
she's got to be the looks too, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I know. She's the looks. She's everything. But I'm leaning heavily on her because now, my partner My partner was absolutely fantastic. Him and I are just going separate ways. He's doing other business ventures, and so I'm gonna, take this out on my own, take this leap, and I'm really excited to get it going. So I think we're gonna bring something very unique to the community and into the state. So it's gonna be good.
I know it's scary, but you're going to have more of a hands-on control over what products moving, what's coming in,
Oh,
what's going
100%.
out, and
Yeah,
it's like pulling a boat for the first time.
yeah,
When you're 15 years old, Dad's like, "All right, you're driving home from the lake. I've had one too many oat
yeah.
sodas," and you're like, "Okay, I
There's
guess I'm pulling a 20-foot pontoon."
there's only one name on the LLC, and so it's one of those things. It's either going to crash and burn, or I'm going to give it my best go. And hey, if it crashes and burns, it crashes and burns, and I'm going to do my best, and that's all I can do. And I just support the community, and try to be there to help archers the best I can. And so I
I
think the
don't
Lord's going to bless it, though.
I don't want this to sound selfish, but it is going to be located right across from the formerly known as G2 outdoor range where we hosted our ASA qualifiers. So you will have a little, I mean, I'm not
Well, it's,
saying you're
it's
going to,
not right there, so it's going to be 6 minutes from that location. So it's closer towards Dickson. So
oh, so all the way across town then.
well, it's not really a town. You got to go
That's
down
not
the
a town,
highway.
dude. So the stop sign you come in on and turn to get to the range, the
Keep
one
going
stop
straight.
sign in Dixon.
Yeah, keep going
Okay,
straight for another 3 minutes, and then you'll be there.
there you go. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it'll be it'll be right near the range.
yeah.
Where
Our
our
range isn't going to change. The Oklahoma Shooting Academy range, the Oklahoma Shooting Academy will be the range, because that's where I'll also hold classes. Is going to be where we shoot, which was formerly G2 Outdoor Shooting Academy range. So Oklahoma Shooting Academy, same place. All the 3D course will be in the same place. I'll also host things for my academy there, but that's not where the lessons per se for the boat, like the Bow Shack and the Oklahoma Shooting Academy headquarters, will be in Dixon at the
there you
shop.
go,
So
close by. You
close
could
by.
you could throw a football over those mountains and hit it.
That's a
Uncle
pretty good
Rico,
throw. That's a pretty good throw. Yeah, close enough. I get you.
I throw
100%.
football over those mountains right there. Okay, bud,
Yeah.
whatever you say. Yeah, you could jog to it. I
Back
couldn't
in
jog.
82.
You could jog to it.
Back in
So
82.
So we are trying to twist your arm pretty good into hosting one of our September qualifiers. So everybody down in the comments, let Ryan know that even though he's going to be launching a brand new shop and opening up
Man.
a brand new business on his own for the first time, we still
Yeah.
want to come see you in September. So we're looking
Yeah.
at the last 2 weekends, first 2 weekends of September. We've got qualifiers booked already.
I'm not saying no, but I'm also not saying yes. Like, it's for that to happen, everything is going to have to fall perfectly into place. And I'm going to have to lean on our team to get that done, because I'm literally building a bow shop from scratch in about
Oh, yeah.
7 weeks. So
I'm
like,
I'm 100% taking advantage of the situation that you will be too busy to say no.
yeah, well,
I'm
we'll see what happens.
I'm fully owning it. The
Yeah.
ASA director is just leaning on me, and God, he's persistent, and I just can't seem to find enough time to text back and say no. So if we get a whole bunch of people out there at the qualifier, we would love to have a nice, warm reception at your new shop and have everybody come in and,
Yeah.
man, y'all come check it out. Come
It's going to
support
be,
your shop.
it's going to be awesome. Like, we're right next to my wife's store. So she has a boutique that is absolutely incredible. It's so cool. They've done such a good job. There's a coffee shop. It's a full blown coffee shop. So,
So would you say one of the challenges of your class being I could come next door and get highly caffeinated, and then you can come
yeah,
teach me how to execute under
straight
pressure?
up triple shot espresso, anything you want, any flavor you want. I mean, literally, it's like going to any kind of coffee shop, any name brand coffee shop you go to. I mean, they have Lotus drinks. They have big homemade lemonades that are huge. I mean, they have these, it's just crazy. They have these huge homemade cookies. They have like everything. It's just, I mean, it's really cool to have something like that in Dixon. And the fact that, it's right across the street from the school. So, I mean, there'll be a lot of country kids coming over, checking us out at the shack. So, I mean, it's going to be good. So I'm excited to see what happens. So we're looking forward to it.
Well, we are looking forward to coming and checking it out. I hope it's in the month of September so we can give you a big push over the top into, the grand opening month. I know you're going to be stressed and freaking out and probably.
Nah, man, I ain't gonna stress about it, dude. It's in the Lord's hands, and it'll open when it opens. And that's one thing. It is what it is. I'm just gonna do the best I can for people, and it is what it is. So, but get this thing launched in 2025, this fall 2025. I know 2026 is going to be fire. It will be off the chain. If everything goes to plan, like I am hoping it goes to plan, we will do some really cool things. So I'm excited.
So here's a curveball for you as a business owner. You've got to love you got to love that. If your help signs on, that we know she might, we're hoping and keeping our fingers crossed that she's going to commit it. Who's going to run the shop while we're all off standing on the podiums at the Pro-Ams?
Man, I have a very highly supportive family. I've got a highly supportive family that 110% will step in and take orders and do service. Probably won't be serving a lot of bows, but definitely it'll be open. We're gonna cut arrows to galore. So I have people that'll step in that'll help. It's Ray Skinner, one of our shooters, is a police officer in our town. He works nights. So if you've seen Ray Skinner, he's a stud. He just had a baby, got married. He hasn't had time to shoot, but he literally is the patrol officer in Dickson, Oklahoma. So don't be thinking you're going to come busting down the bow shack, because my dude's there in the cop cars. It's going to be good, man. But I shouldn't even, we have a great community. Our people in our community are great people. And so we're excited, dude. It's something different. We're bringing something that's never been there. And it's just going to be really cool to see what happens.
I think you are in the perfect area geographically, because
yeah,
it's too far to the metro. You're going to pull from North Texas. You're going to pull from Southern Oklahoma, and it's going to give guys a place that they can not only go get tuned, but also shoot, because everybody goes to a shop and they watch the tech make their bow shoot a bullet hole, and then they shoot a group that's a pie pan size at 20 yards, and they say, ready to go kill deer this fall. And it's like, bro, you are scratching the tip of the iceberg here.
Yeah, there is some great shops across the state, and we support those shops. I hope the best for those guys and girls that those people are trying to provide for their families, and in no way, form, or fashion are we trying to take away from any of that kind of stuff. We just want to provide service for our community and the people across the state. So it's one of those things that I feel like. Kind of like Liam Neeson says in the Taken, I have a very specific set of skills. Yeah. So I want to share those, and I hope it blesses people and gets them through the moment. So we are going to be launching the Oklahoma Shooting Academy. Will be after we get going, but I have some new classes. I think we talked about this before we went live, but I think since the beginning of since January of 2024, we've run almost over 50 people through the academy. And man, it's the program works. The people that have been through the program, I've watched them have success. There's a lot that they've taken from that, and the feedback that we've gotten. And so I'm super excited, and I feel blessed to have been able to be a part of that, to find something that actually helps people get through, to help them on their archery journey.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be needed. You're looking at servicing hopefully a growing community. It's not just my job, but everyone's job to grow the sport of archery. Right. And you've got, I think Shields just announced they're coming to Oklahoma City. They opened in Tulsa. Yeah. Now they're going to open in Oklahoma City. And you've always had Bass Pro. You've always had Cabela's. You've always had stores that you can go buy, camo and gear and bows. But when you get into archery, it's this dive down the rabbit hole of, I don't know as much as I think I know.
So
And
one of the I want to say this. So one of the unique things that we're going to bring with the Bow Shack is that as a professional archer, and I could be wrong here, but I don't know how many professionals in the state of Oklahoma have a bow shop. So I feel like that as a professional archer, we, you know, just even helping with the techs that work with us, you know, I've got to be very fortunate to be surrounded by some just dude phenomenal techs, and I've learned from a lot of guys. So we're bringing that aspect to our shop, and you get some of those big box stores, and I'm sure those people are going to do a good job. But like, you know, the knowledge is key, and I think that we're gonna, we're able to add, we get to bring some value, some extra value, I would say, to the customer, whether that be knowledge or whether that be, you know, recommendations or what they should do to help them get through the moment. Because ultimately, my classes and our classes at the Oklahoma Shooting Academy are geared getting a person through the most intense moment possible, and that's what it's all about. Whether you're shooting at a big buck or you are trying to make a winning shot on a tournament, I've been very fortunate. I've taken these things that we teach and I have put them through the test on national television, and all the way to shooting a big buck, and they work. And it's one of those things that I'm just excited to share with people. You know what I mean? So looking forward, if somebody gives us a chance, sign up. I'll have once my social medias are about to change, so just be following that, and stay tuned. Make sure to please follow us. We got some really cool stuff coming down the pipeline, like really cool. So I'm excited.
that's what I say. The analogy I like to use is, if you want to be a professional race car driver, yeah, somebody's going to sell you a car, but they're not going to teach you how to drive the car the right way, if that
Right.
makes any sense at all.
Sure.
There's no shame in buying. Everybody has had a first bow. It might be a Bear Cruiser or an Oneida that you got from your dad or your grandpa.
That was
And
my first sponsor.
yeah, I mean, everybody starts somewhere,
Yeah.
and I think that if you can put your ego aside and come listen to somebody like, well, I've tuned the bow very unconventional before, and it's hit really well. And then I've had a bow that shot a perfect bear shaft right with my fletched, and
Yeah.
that thing wouldn't shoot a group at 60 yards to save my life. And every bow likes a different arrow. Every bow likes to be shot a different way. There's a million ways to do it. And don't feel like you're alone out there in that. Well, the internet says I need to do it this way, and John Dudley says he
There's,
does it this way.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you're not John Dudley, dude. I'm sorry. The guy can flat out shoot, and we need to find what works for you.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, but I want to say this, there's, you got, Haskell, Choctaw, and the other guys I've mentioned. I mean, there's some really good techs and people that know how to shoot in this state. And I'm not taking anything away from those guys. Those guys have been in business for a long time. They've had a lot of success. People trust them, and that's awesome. And they should continue to go to the people that they trust. And that's all we're trying to do, is build that culture, down at the Bow Shack, to where we want people to trust us, and we're going to give you a first-class product, and and at the same time support other people trying to make a living as well. I'm not going to. You'll never hear me trash anybody trying to do it. That's what I'm saying. It's just like, that's why we have a no drama policy, and we talk as, I mean, we're a family. I mean, we really are. I mean, the crew that I travel with, I mean, it's just, we're a family. So.
And
Pretty,
you've got like up north, Miles at the Arrow Shop. He's
yeah,
multiple time national champion. Ty Dameron at Ty Bows. You've got people all over Oklahoma, but you could drive 6 hours and not be across the state.
yeah,
You've got a big chunk of ground down there
yeah,
that people, there's those mountains down there hold giant deer. And
yeah,
I'm sitting here, I'm hoping and praying that they all come shoot the ASA. But Bubba Joe Redneck, he just deer hunts, and he shoots in September, October, November, and not till next deer season. So
yeah,
I'm hoping that it can grow the sport as a whole. But you're going to get so many people that come through that shop that are just, hey, I just want to go check out the new model. I just want to go see what
yeah,
I might. They buy a dozen arrows a year, shoot 6 of them through a deer, break 6 more sighting in for next year, and they're only going to buy 12 arrows a year. That's fine.
yeah,
If that's
yeah,
where you're at in your archery journey, don't feel like it's, oh man, I got to go talk to the big scary pro who's better at archery than everyone else. It's not like
yeah.
that. It's
No, it's not. It's not
it's
like that. And we're going to sell, we sell solely Black Eagle products, which it's an arrow that I wholeheartedly believe in. And we'll have an arrow for every genre you have. And I will say this before we cut it is that, one of the things I'm striving to do is I want to be a big Target Archery shop. We are going to support Target Archery more than what you would probably see. I'm going to carry Target Archery products. So, which is going to be really cool. So, I'm excited about that, to have that stuff in stock and ready for people when they need it. They don't have to wait. And so that's going to be neat. So I'm excited about that.
Man, we are looking forward to a bunch of big things happening down south. I'm excited for you. I'll be praying for you. And if you need me to come be there cutting arrows and fletching them, I'm getting better at it, dude.
Yeah, heck yeah.
I pulled those right there.
That looks good. That logo looks good.
Buried them in the targets last night. And you know how you hate grabbing those veins and having to pull that arrow out?
Oh, yeah.
Didn't lose the one. You got me priming them with the Odie's purple PVC. And
hey, man, the
dude,
secret sauce.
It is.
The new logos look good on that thing too.
Oh, do you like that? Do you like that?
The wraps. I'm talking about the wraps on the arrows. Is that the Rampage?
That is the Rampage.
Yeah, they're new. So they, Black Eagle completely revamped all their logos on their shafts and everything. And they look really good. So
that's the first time I've ever run a half out right there.
Yeah, really? That's my favorite hunting arrow, man. That thing pounds 52 grains up front. I mean, you can absolutely stack them with that thing. They're awesome.
I'm worried I'm not going to have enough left by October, just sighting the thing in. I will say I'm finally getting old. I shot last night and my pins are a little fuzzy, so I think I'm going to be running a verifier this year.
That's what you were saying.
Yeah. 35 years old next year, and the eyes are going on me.
Hey, man, I'm still living it up, dude. I haven't had any bread, sugar, pasta since August, man. I've been lifting weights since December, and I feel fantastic. That's one of the life changes that I made, and it actually stuck. I just need to make some changes in my game planning and shooting ability so I can go beat those guys at the top. We need that to stick. But hey, we are trying. We are grinding on it right now. I talk to Tim Yeoman almost every other day, and that's one of the things that he and I discussed. It's like, hey, what's the plan? What are we doing different? And just lining out, hey, I'm XYZ for the next however many months, and until February. So that's what it takes. You want to be successful at the top, you got to make sacrifices, you got to make changes, and you got to just get after it.
It's a no fear kind of way. All gas, no brakes, baby.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, give everybody that you shoot for, give your sponsors a quick tip of the hat. Tell everybody where, I guess, if you follow, so you're going to change the name of your social. So if you follow G2, you don't have to follow along, but go ahead and drop them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah, so the Darton, Black Eagle, Conquest are the three main brands that we were discussing, but I also shoot for Hamsky, I shoot for Shrewd, I shoot for Winterhawk, and we'll be the Bow Shack. So really excited about that. So those are my main sponsors. So yeah.
Right on, everybody.
Heck
well, if you've got questions for Ryan, drop them down in the comments. Let him know that we're going to enjoy seeing him at the end of September for his ASA fall qualifier. And hopefully by then he's got the doors open. I got your neon sign ready. It doesn't say open. It says live nudes. So that's the only neon sign I've got for you. So until you get your own, you can borrow mine.
I'm going to have it. I will have a neon sign. So it will say open or closed. And that's what's really exciting, which I said a while ago, we're actually going to be open. So
10 to 6 and on Sundays during deer season.
Yeah, 100%.
Man, big things ahead. Thank you for sitting down with us. Congrats on your fourth pro season? Third.
Yeah, it's my fourth year as a pro. Yep, year number 5. So we're gonna. I got to, I'll say this before we get done. I shot with Nate Atkins on day 2, and watched what he did and shot 20 up on one of the hardest courses I've seen. And he goes on to win that tournament, man. And just, he won out of semi-pro right before I did, and just to watch his journey and watch what he's done, just the struggles he's had, and, he shoot, have a good day, have a bad day, have a good day, have a bad day. And just to put it together and it become his weekend and literally come down to hitting that final shot to win it. is just the moment that all 3D archers dream about one day, and it's just one of those things that it's going to happen. We're just going to keep striving until it does. And when it happens, we're going to give God all the glory. And it's one of those things. I'm not a quitter. So we're going to keep after it.
Well, you got a couple years left before you get to the old man class. So
yeah,
about 6 to go, and then look out seniors.
Yeah, man, I tell you what, I want to win one in this class, but that's what I really want to do. I want to win one. I don't want to get second or podium or make shoot downs like that. I want that to happen, but I want to win. So that's the goal.
It'd be Foley next year, man. If we're going to Foley, neither confirming nor denying. I think they dropped the Foley date, didn't they?
I don't know. I haven't looked at it. Dude, my head has been I have been like literally, I've shot 3 arrows since I've been back, which I'm a everyday guy, and I literally haven't looked up. So it's and I don't plan on shooting hardly anything in September or August anyways with this business. So we're literally trying to get it off the ground. So it's just but the Lord is opening doors that I didn't know needed to be opened. Things are rapidly happening fast. So we're super excited and blessed.
Well, there you go. You all heard it first here. Thank you for officially breaking the news on the podcast. I appreciate you waiting on us. That was special for me. So appreciate everything you do, my friend. Be looking forward for big things in the next year, and y'all stay tuned. Can't wait till you see what's next.
Heck yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate you having me on, buddy.
No problem, guys.
Does it cut off?